It's slowly working. It's on the make, haven on the take. The other day before her family's sake, seriously gave her a break.
God give you good day, Mistress Blarg. Pray tell, what brings you?
I would know whether my lover, Owen Wood, is resolved to leave me something in his will. A small legacy, mayhap. A large one. I do hope he intends to leave me something.
Okay.
Owen Wood? He is the Dean of Armagh, is he not? But were you not pursuing, Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Aye, and your notion to use Lambeth Palace for an assignation did work wondrous well. We had a small dalliance, the Bishop and I.
Aww.
But 'tis all over now, for I did end it.
Only a small dalliance. But I thought your plans for the Bishop were larger in scope. In our last consultation, you had me believe you were looking for something more substantial.
Aye, I was. But I will not lie, I was disappointed.
Poor girl.
I see. Now perchance we may proceed to this matter concerning Owen Wood. Pray tell, why would you wish to know whether he has included you in his will? Is he gravely ill?
Not presently, but methinks he will be soon. For he has gone to Ireland to join that peacocking mumphead, the Earl of Essex.
Oh god.
I see. He has gone to fight in Robert Devereux's military campaign to put down the Catholic rebels in Ireland. But you're being a little harsh, are you not? 'Tis true he has had some bad luck of late, but the Earl is a fine...
Oh, a swole-headed failson is what his lordship is.
Oh no.
Would not surprise me if he read his map upside down and marched his men into a bog to drown.
Wow.
Pray, let us do my reading, if you please.
Certainly. If Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, were to die, would Alice Blarg inherit anything from his estate?
She won't. A. Owen Wood has furthered away his fortune. Dean Wood's time and I will be gentle. God and will compel Owen Wood to be faithful to his wife. The romance between Alice Blarg and Owen Wood is marked by conflict and deceit. Owen Wood can never resist being sure to his lover Alice. She is due to receive a legacy of Wood upon his death, much to the surprise and changing of Mistress Wood. Owen is keeping a secret to be repealed upon his death. Sadly, it doesn't.
Alas, I am sorry to disappoint you, madam, but Dean Wood has no plans to leave you anything in his will. His entire fortune will go to his wife and children.
Yep.
Verily, I must own, it does surprise me.
Does it, though? For in this chart, I see conflict and lies between you. And it does appear that he is to renounce his adulterous ways and become once again faithful to his wife. He is, after all, a man of God.
He
Apparently.
is to become faithful to his wife, you say? How extraordinary. Well, you did put the right name in your chart, I trust. Owen Wood with 2 O's? Huh. Well, well. Wonders will never cease.
Okay. Something, something. God. I got 3 more chances to raise it. Okay, let's go. Oh, the goddamn plague. Shake him up.
Good dawning, D. Blarg. How may I do you service this day?
I must begin by thanking you for your previous service, Dr. Foreman.
Keith.
For though the previous reading you gave me was hard to hear, it was honest and true.
I told you.
Yes. Raleigh and Essex's pursuit of the Spanish treasure ships did not end well, so I hear. Though I am glad I was able to give you fair warning of it.
As am I. A most lamentable affair that has cost me very dear. And I know not how, but my wife Alice has lately learned of our perilous financial situation.
Ah, has she?
Aye, and she has had me petition the Archbishop for a promotion. 'Tis her reckoning that if I were promoted to bishop, the increased living would enable me to settle our debts.
That would seem wise under the circumstances. And was your petition successful?
It was. At least at first. Indeed, His Grace did have me believe he is minded to make me Bishop of Salisbury.
The bishopric of Salisbury.
Oh,
But
no.
that is excellent well, is it not?
Is
It
it
would
not?
be very well, forsooth. But many months have passed, and the Archbishop gives yet no sign of granting the vacant bishopric to anybody.
I see. And he does
Poor
not
man.
say when the matter may be decided?
Nay, indeed, he does not. Whenever I raise the question with His Grace, he says he needs time to consider the various episcopal and doctrinal matters concerning such an appointment. All the while, he has me performing additional duties that I dare not refuse, lest I lose his favor. And Mistress Blarg has sent him pies upon numerous occasions.
And yet the Archbishop is not moved? Well, he must be a very hard man indeed, for your wife's pies are well renowned for their powers of persuasion. Now, let us see what the stars can tell us. Will Thomas Blarg, Dean of Rochester, be granted the bishopric of Salisbury?
Black version with the Archbishop will remain amicable, has limited his godliness, professional vision with releasing patience. A deception concerning the theft of good has been uncovered. Blake is advised to travel with his wife. God will help Blake to reach back on the Archbishop opinion. Blake's those ways here, this is him.
Will never be granted the bishopric of Salisbury, I fear, for the Archbishop has discovered some irregularities in the management of Rochester Cathedral. Some missing furnishings, I think.
Well, I mean to say, if indeed that be so, then 'tis most egregious. I will have some very stern words with my chaplain.
Worry not, sir. The stars indicate that His Grace would wish to avoid any unpleasantness. As is customary with church scandal, he will doubtless remain quiet on the matter for the sake of reputation.
Well, of course, I too would not want to bring shame upon the church. If there be such vile, false rumors circulating about me,
It would be
it would
wrong.
be wrong not to consider the attention that my promotion to bishop would invite.
Exactly.
I own that I am shocked and disappointed by this, but I must thank you for forewarning me.
Letter recommendation, yeah. And there's one more he's gonna appear. Thank God. Can this guy just disappear, please? Everybody hates him. He's just like, oh, I'm pretty and I have money and let's go. Yep. And shallow as fuck.
Good morrow, Mr. Moore. You are returned from Italy, I see.
Aye, and I had the most enlightening experience. My tutors taught me all about those ancient Romans and whatnot. Indeed, 'tis a changed man you see before you now. A worldly man of culture and learning. Mayhap you would benefit from taking a tour of Italy yourself, Foreman.
Alas, Mr. Moore, I must remain in London to care for my clearance.
Exactly.
As to it, what brings you this day?
Well, no sooner did I return to London than I did become acquainted with the most wondrous creature.
Of course.
A lady who has been lately widowed.
There's a lot.
Let me just take some notes here. Is this one dark or fair? Auburn with eyes of green, mayhap? I do not believe there's yet been an auburn-haired maid.
Fie, Mr. Foreman. Prithee show more respect for ladies than to view them as mere collections of physical
Oh
charms.
no.
Beauty alone is of nothing to a man such as I.
Of course,
Nay,
yeah.
my heart does belong to a worldly woman of culture and learning. Her head almost as striking as the soft hair and radiant eyes that adorn it. Indeed, her gift of understanding is so strong, she can listen to my sonnets for hours on end.
She can she? Forsooth, the lady does show great strength of mind indeed.
Exactly.
And how might I advise you?
I would have you tell me whether I should marry her, for, as you know, I have offered my troth to ladies in the past, and it has not ended well for me. So, this time I did tell myself, Lancelot, you will proceed with caution. You will know the lady for at least a month before you think of wedding her, and then you'll go directly to Foreman for his counsel.
Then let us consult the stars now. Should
Yes.
Lancelot Moore marry this wondrous and worldly widow?
Let's go see. The will is intelligent woman is great into her relationship. Stars, yes, I have cruel intents on my coin. Lancelot Moore. God favors the marriage makes a man of more. Okay. Deceitful, hidden motives are at play. The match will provoke certain inheritance. More as long as his emotions will find putting them at risk by acting impatiently. Let's go. Yes.
Ah, the stars do favor this match. The alliance would serve you well, for this lady is intelligent and aspires to greatness.
You go,
For
guy.
a man of your station, the guidance and support of such a woman is oft essential to the attainment of success and advancement.
Then 'tis decided. Oh, wondrous day. I will at once to Emma go to ask her hand in marriage.
It's the same girl that always been. Oh, shit. We jumped one. Okay. The fuck? Crucible. She tries all the diners and they're all just tearing out worse than before. Okay.
Good day, Mistress Fortescue.
I do hope you may help me, Dr. Foreman, for I am mightily afflicted with fever and pain.
Yes, I see. Your face is a trifle red in color.
Okay.
When did your troubles begin? At a dinner party, perchance?
Nay,
Oh.
'twas at a luncheon, the one I gave this day. I sought to play a trick upon my friend, Lady Emma Dyer,
Oh,
and
no.
I worry God is punishing me for my
And what
japery.
manner of jape did you play on your friend at this luncheon of yours? Pray, describe the ruse to me.
Well, I came upon the idea when I took receipt of a trunk full of exotic goods
Oh,
from the
no.
New World. Lovely gifts sent home to me by my gallant husband. Knew you of my husband, Captain Henry
Henry
Fortescue?
Fortescue?
He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh, of course.
I think you have mentioned him once or twice, madam.
You mention
The
it every
trunk
single
contained
time.
a parcel of dried fruits, full red in colour they were, and with them a note of warning. On it was writ that these fruits, if not consumed in moderation, can provoke a hot, pricking fever when ingested.
Ah, yes. I have read of this fruit in the writings of Spanish explorers. Capsicum
Peppers?
Icaramba mequema is the botanical name, I believe.
This is
I am
a
well known for serving the most
Capsicum
original dishes
Icaramba
at my
mequema.
table. Hence my guests were not surprised when I invited them to try my exotic fruit. I served them each a sweet pie containing one of these, capsicum...
Icaramba mequema.
Ay
But I
caramba,
made
me
sure
quemo.
Emma received a pie containing the very largest fruit, and I the very smallest one.
I see. You hoped to occasion a fever in your friend while escaping the same fate yourself.
Ay caramba, me
And
quemo.
yet this ruse did not succeed, I take it.
It's
Nay,
peppers,
it did not,
jalapenos.
Dr. Foreman. Most of my guests dared only take one bite of their pies before abandoning them, finding themselves unequal to the challenge. But Emma ate hers all up, as did I. I was sure I would be safe, and that she would turn red and begin to perspire most shamefully, but she remained as cool as a cucumber. But
But you, madam?
I began to feel such pain in my mouth and throat. My face and eyes turned red. Moisture gathered on my brow and bosom, and damp marks appeared on my bodice.
Oh god.
I could not conceal it from my guests. 'Twas humiliating.
How distressing for you, madam. Let us now seek a solution to this mystery in the stars.
No, it's
Might
peppers.
explain the querent's affliction.
It is peppers. Bewitch. It's not bewitch. Lusty passion. Body heat. Okay. Quincy. By bundles of blood falling to the head and throat, can swelling, fever, redness in the face. The crying is a short-lived attack of lusty passions. Condition can occasion body heat and blushings of the face. swelling, fever, and redness in the face. And bewitched. She's not bewitched. So let's just say it's lusty passions.
Your trouble is entirely unrelated to the consumption of New World fruits, madam.
Oh no, I
You
fucked
suffer
up.
naught but an attack of lusty passions.
I beg your pardon, what?
Your husband is oft away at sea, methinks, with Sir Walter Raleigh.
Yes? Yes, he is.
Then 'twould be only natural that your thoughts would wander towards other gentlemen. Or, perchance 'tis your friend, Lady Emma. A rivalry can arouse passions.
No.
Indeed, chaste passions betwixt ladies are not unheard of.
On my honor, Dr. Foreman, I know not what you are implying.
Well, actually, madam, I am not implying anything. To imply is to hint at something without saying it explicitly, whereas I am suggesting quite clearly that you are...
Nay, verily, 'tis most unclear to me. I'm sorry, Dr. Foreman, but I find I cannot understand you at all. God give you good even.
Oh well, that went great. We were so close. Wedding announcement. Sir Alfred Moon and his wife Margaret are delighted to announce the marriage of their son Lancelot to the widow Lady Emma Dyer, born Sharp. I have no idea who this Complete Jules is. To whose eyes? Why are you hitting on him? We're missing 2 more characters. Okay.
Good morrow, young sir. Methinks this is your first consultation, Mr.
Humphrey Bell, sir.
And how may I do you service this day, Mr. Bell?
I want to get lean in that.
You wish to become lean, you say? And why would you need to be any leaner than you are now? You do not appear at all overplump. Indeed, you appear to be a young man in the full vigor of health.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta do the lady parts though, innit?
You do the lady parts. Oh, I see. You are a player who plays feminine roles upon the stage. Yes, I think I recognize you now. You play for Lord Chamberlain's men, do you not? The company of players led by Will Shakespeare, Richard Burbage, and Will Kemp, among others.
Aye, sir. I play for them as a hired man, and next month I'm to play a fairy queen in a play we're doing for Lord Hunston at his daughter's wedding. But boss man Burbage says I'm too plump for the role.
Humphrey, your girth does make it difficult for an audience to imagine you getting up out of your fairy throne, let alone flying.
Oh no, okay.
Yes, I think I understand. It would imperil the audience's suspension of disbelief, thus breaking the fourth wall, as you players so call it.
Sir, indeed. Mr. Burbage worries much for them scenery walls, for he says my rear end is of such a size, 'tis liable to smash right through 'em. Anyways, Mistress Burbage told me that to fit into her gowns, she bids herself chunder after eating. Might you give me some herbs for that or something?
And Mistress Burbage will be Richard Burbage's wife, I presume. Well, to judge what would be most effective in your case, I shall need to consult the stars. What should Mr. Humphrey Bell do to become leaner?
A diet. That's all you gotta do. Diet. Humphrey may provoke downward purging by inducing imbalance of phlegm. Humphrey's condition has been proved by chronic overconsumption of food. He must commit to underconsumption of food. Leaner. Humphrey may induce upward purging in stomach to consuming canny sequel excremented to induce the imbalance of color. Let's do underconsumption of food. Diet.
The solution is quite simple, Mr. Bell. If you would make yourself leaner, you have but to eat less.
Why would I need a doctor to tell me that though? I need something to do it quicker than that, urgent like. Know you what I mean?
Indeed. Sadly, I am familiar with the tendency of the young folk of this day to seek quick, easy fixes to their problems.
Exactly. It takes time.
What about Mrs. Burbage and her chundering though? Can I not have what she is taking?
Well, there are ways to induce imbalances in your body to purge itself, but doing so is not at all healthsome. For instance, I might have told you of the dangerous practice of taking goodly quantities of prunes and rhubarb to purge from the fundament. That would have been negligent of me. For as a physician, I cannot endorse.
Who's a rhubarb? Sergeants eat them things. Easy. Thank you, Doctor. Give you a good day.
Okay.
Hold, sir. I'd strongly advise against such a...
He's gonna die. Fell up, not down. Ah, God damn it, Robert. Yeah.
Good day, my lord. I must own, your lordship's visit to my chambers does surprise me, for I'd believed, well, indeed all of England believes, that you are in Ireland at present.
Did anyone see me? No? Good. Now, bid your manservant close the shutters.
As your lordship pleases.
Okay.
William! William! Pray close the shutters. Yes, all of them. And fetch us some candles.
I pray the counsel you give me this day be wise, sirrah, for I find myself in a most desperate of predicaments.
Okay.
And the last advice I gave you? That of offering to lead a military campaign to put down the Irish rebellion? I trust it worked to win back the Queen's favour. Indeed, the parade given to send you off was most impressive. I was there. Did you see me? I did wave at you. Nay, I do not imagine you would have seen me. So great were the crowds.
Yes, my offer to lead the campaign was well received by the Queen.
Exactly.
But there was a fatal flaw in your advice.
Oh, and this flaw was...
Is it not obvious? I had to verily go to that midge-ridden bog hole and try to put down the Irish.
Oh.
God's breath! Have you seen the Irish?
No.
They are savages.
No, they're
That
not.
Irish chieftain O'Neill and his band of fen-born brutes are especially bad.
Forsooth, they sound most fearsome. 'Tis a mercy you escaped with your life and are now back home safe in England.
Nay, I am not yet safe in England, I fear. For when the Queen finds out that I made a truce with O'Neill, heaven only knows how ill she will take it.
Oh, no.
Even my leaving Ireland without her permission will doubtless vex her.
Then the Queen has
Goddamn.
not been informed of your return?
Nay, she knows yet nothing of it. I am at present taking refuge with my sister, the Countess of Devonshire, at her country estate. But
You're
I
an
cannot hide
ass.
there forever. Hence, I am come to you this day so that the stars may advise me on how I may extract myself from my current predicament and win back the favour of the Queen.
You
Then
stupid.
let us see what the stars advise.
You're an...
How might Lord Devereux escape the displeasure of Her Majesty the Queen and regain her favour?
Robert, you only had one thing. You just gotta go to the bog and get dirty. Double M must come wait to make the Queen see his disobedience within the context of personal relationship rather than outside. So to the crown. They will improve his legacy with tendency to confuse optimism, risk being a subject of violence of the law, may reverse the political situation back to his advantage by having the Queen look upon him as a son she never had. God will hope Devereux appeals to the Queen vanity and exercises patience. Must use his best asset to ward off the Queen's anger, his magnificent body. Devereux might revise his hope for a being career, all is not lost. Yeah.
The stars foretell of violence enacted by officers of the law.
Ah, verily.
Oh,
It is
really?
doubtless a beheading. Forsooth, I do enjoy a good beheading.
Well, 'tis likely to be a trifle more elaborate than that.
Yeah.
If the Queen is particularly vexed, it will start with a quick hanging until just before the point of death, followed by a disemboweling and emasculation.
Ah,
Okay.
yes, of course.
Whereafter the gentleman is invited to watch his own entrails and privy parts being lightly grilled upon an open fire before he is chopped into 4 separate pieces,
A quartering, I think you mean?
which, as etiquette dictates, are then to be parceled up and sent as gifts to any friends and family members unable to attend the ceremony.
Ah, yes, splendid. An execution with all the trimmings. Verily, whilst a simple beheading can be a most elegant entertainment, 'tis a trifle too, well, continental for my taste. Why, 'tis oft over in mere moments. Whereas a full English execution keeps one entertained throughout the whole morning.
Why?
Though I fail to see
Why
what
do we
this
have
has
it?
to do with... God's breakfast! You mean... I am the one to be hung, drawn, and quartered?
Well, yes, very possibly. I am afeard the only course left to you now is to humble yourself before the Queen.
Exactly.
The stars suggest you might be able to convince her to look upon you as the son she never had. A naughty, wayward child who has rebelled against his parent. With time and patience, she may forgive you.
In truth, 'tis not the worst of ideas, and it might even clear the path for the possibility of... Yes, yes. Methinks this plan may serve me very well.
Of course. It may serve very well. Can you give me a goddamn recommendation? Oh, she already gave it. So Whitgift should give me my medical license. Soon. To the Lord. I forgot this is after Henry. I think that's the most important part of history for England, like when...
Good day, Your Grace, and well met.
45.
Might I inquire whether Your Grace has made a decision regarding whether to give Thomas Blagg the bishopric of Salisbury?
Ah, yes, Dean Blagg. I had my chaplain look into what you told me regarding irregularities in Dean Blagg's stewardship of Rochester Cathedral. Methinks you said he was embezzling coin and pawning cathedral furnishings, did you not?
Yes.
Well, it seems you did speak true.
Oh,
Yes.
indeed.
Of course, I will make nothing of it, as I wish to avoid the scandal.
Of course.
I merely told Dean Blagg that I could not offer him the bishopric due to various episcopal and doctrinal constraints.
Exactly.
Of course. And what problem would Your Grace wish me to address this day?
Oh, 'tis a problem with my other deans. With each passing day, there seems to be a new dean at the palace gates, come to petition me for this wretched bishopric of Salisbury. Presently, 'tis Owen Wood, the dean of Armagh. Since he returned from Ireland, he talks of nothing else.
Okay.
How tiresome for Your Grace.
Indeed. I have told Owen that I'm giving his request careful consideration, but in my experience, this only delays a dean for so long. I do have to grant the occasional bishopric, or else my deans become
Bishopric.
restless.
Doubtless, Your Grace.
But after what I learned about Dean Blagg, I must take care to exercise caution.
Exactly.
Hence, I would have you tell me anything you know. That is, anything the stars reveal about Owen Wood that would render him unsuitable to perform the role of bishop.
Then let us ask the stars. Is there any reason why the Most Reverend John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury, should not grant Owen Wood the bishopric of Salisbury?
No, I think he should. When it comes to the woman, Owen Wood has created an traditional teaching of the Bibles on the sin of adultery, has betrayed his wife, and is concerning Owen Wood and his some unborn children. It's impossible to please. Is vain but patient man who has God on his side, is certain about where the field offered. Humans optimistics should be given dream of being a bishop for life.
I must advise against granting Owen Wood the bishopric, for the stars reveal that he has sinned most grievously.
Ah, verily? Grievously, you say?
I am afeard Dean Wood did commit the sin of adultery.
Ah, nothing else?
'Twas more than once, Your Grace.
Doubtless, doubtless. While I appreciate your most excellent discernment of this information from the stars, I must own that Dean Wood's extra-clerical activities are already well known to me. Why, even my own wife has had a tumble with the man.
Your Grace, I am sorry.
Hold, Sarah. In truth, 'tis of no consequence to me. What occurs in Lambeth Palace bides
in the
Lambeth
palace.
as we like to say.
Okay.
But you are right to remind me of Dean Wood's indiscretions. For mayhap it be not wise to elevate Owen to such a public position as bishop. I do have the reputation of the church to consider.
Indeed, Your Grace.
I will tell Owen that while I had every intention of granting him the bishopric, my hands are now tied due to various episcopal and doctrinal constraints.
Very wise, Your Grace. And one more matter, if I may. Has Your Grace yet had the opportunity to consider the granting of my medical license?
Ah, yes, that. Once my chaplain has finished looking into the matter, I shall be giving it careful consideration. Good day.
It's never gonna happen.